How's everybody doing? Welcome back to my channel. This week I'm gonna be doing an outer sleeve cover up in the next 2 days. So with that being said, let's get this day started. Let's go. Going to the consultation I was excited but nervous at the same time, just because it's such a complicated cover up, and I think the number one thing that I'm worried about is that in person is gonna get even darker than what I saw in the pictures. Regardless, I picked them for a reason, and I know I'm gonna be able to get it done. Can I see what we're doing?
Yeah, so pretty much.
Oh. And you said it's been about 15 years, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's been about 15 years.
Oh my God, that's a project. When did you get it done?
I had money and I got a tattoo. I'm not even lying, man. I had money, had a tattoo, and I'm almost positive, I was still a senior in high school, and like not a lot of seniors had tattoos, you know.
Senior in high school explains that a lot.
Yeah, I think the tattoo cost me like $200. So it's like, of course, like, yeah, I'm gonna take it.
Like, what are you into? And I can help you figure out more.
So I like Greek mythology.
Okay.
Underwater, I mean, as you can tell, you know, underwater's cool. Like dark underwater. So shipwreck, shark, kraken.
Once I saw what he had in person, I knew I was going to be able to get it done 100% without a problem, just because it had been many years since he got it done. And also the concept that we picked was perfect for me to be able to cover it up without any problems.
My name is Tyler Davis. I came from Glendale, Arizona, so I'm local. I don't know, I've been getting tattoos for the better part of 15 years since I was in high school. That led to some questionable tattoo decisions. When I met with Kevin, we went over a couple different ideas, and I have tribal currently, which is pretty hard to cover up, especially if the tribal lines themselves are close together. I had a couple extra $100 in my pocket at the time and thought it'd be a good idea. Don't do it. I wouldn't say it really holds any significance. The tribal that I had before, it was fading. It was just a tattoo, you know, it was 15, 16 years old.
Cover up is going to take me 2 days, and my most beneficial tool that I'm going to be using to be able to execute this project is using the cover up set that I have here. You can purchase it at dynamiccolor.com. If you already purchased your ink set, there's a QR code right here that you can scan, and it's going to send you straight to YouTube. And on this video, I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to use this ink set. My first thing that I'm going to be doing is studying the arm and figure out if I should use a lot more contrast and a lot more grays, or should I use less grays and more higher contrast with a lot of white highlights. So that's something that I'm going to determine throughout the appointment and figure out those little details. All I know for now is that this cover up is going to be a successful cover up, no matter what. It's the reason why he's here, the reason why I chose to do this project. That's because I am 100% sure that I'm going to cover it up. I just got to figure out how difficult it's going to be. How's it feeling so far?
Oh, it feels good.
It feels delicious.
Yeah.
It's like, give me more.
Yeah, no, right here is not bad at all.
Oh, I'm glad. My approach is going to be just doing a lot of heavy contrast so I can see how bright I can really make it look. So first thing I'm going to be doing is using solid black with my 14 round liner, and I'm going to be running it at 5.0 voltage. After doing the tentacle area and then also a little bit of the jaw, I realized that the ink is super weak, so what I'm going to be doing is adding a whole bunch of black, as much black as I can, and then contrasting it with 10% gray, 20% gray in some areas, but 10% gray, and then white highlights. I think that's something that's going to really make this tattoo stand out and make it super bright. So right now what I'm going to be doing is showing you exactly how to use the ink set so you can have the best outcome. Now what I'm going to be doing is mixing back and forth to create a 70% to 20% to 50% gray to really help me out and give it a more dimension, give it more dimension to the skull. So here we go. First thing that I'm going to be doing is dipping it in my black here, and as you can see, it is super watery. As you can see, my white ink is already drying up, which is totally fine. That does not really matter because it's only the top of the ink that dries up, but inside of it, that's where the ink is to help you really mix it. So I'm going to dip it about 5 times, and that's probably going to give me a 70% gray. And you can already see that big change in there. You see that? And it allows you to really move really quickly throughout your tones to be able to navigate. So if you want to go from a 20% to an 80% gray, you can with this specific system. So I'm going to go back to my gray now, and I'm going to dip it 5 more times. And I'm going to tackle this little corner right here, and you can see that. Look at that. Look at how bright that gray is. And let's just say you really like that tone. Let's just say that tone is exactly what you need. Now to maintain that tone, all you got to do is dip it once to reload the cartridge with the same tone of gray. Look at that. It's perfect. It really gets in there, and because of the white is so thick, it really allows the skin to absorb it in a different way to be able to cover up anything. Now I'm gonna switch to a clean cartridge to use it with nothing but pure white. So you can see how bright the white really is, and because the thickness of that white, it allows me to go on top of my grays and over layer it a little bit just so it can give me a brighter tone. And I'm gonna do the highlight on this corner here. And I'm running my machine at a 5.0 voltage. My machine, it is a 4.0 stroke. How I'm gonna layer this area. And watch how the tone, this white is gonna take over. It's almost as powerful as the black. And you see how it's already taking over that gray that we added and layers it right on top of it. Boom. This is just a small little tutorial that I did for this video, specifically covering up this tribal. So in case you have an upcoming project, now you know how I'm doing it. In later videos, I'm going to be doing more tutorials on how to use this inset with gray wash, with true grays, by using a drop system and using nothing but solid black, so you can see that this inset it benefits you in different ways, not just specific for cover-ups, but in any style you want.
Cover-ups suck. They suck. Reason I even found out about Kevin was my buddy, he got a tattoo, a full sleeve cover-up done by him. I would say after I saw that outcome, like I knew I was in good hands.
The arm looks intimidating, but once I got started, I'm like, oh yeah, easy. I shouldn't say easy, it's still complicated, but it's not going to give me a lot of problems as I thought it would.
It's not terrible, but it's not the best either. I haven't gotten a tattoo this large in, I don't know, 10, 11 years. I just started getting all little pieces, and those are bearable, you know, a couple hours here and there, but no, he's got a pretty light hand, so it's not terrible.
The texture on the skull is actually something that I always look forward to, just because texture is one of those things that I would say is a signature of my work. So I'm going to be doing it with the scribble technique, my signature scribble technique, which is going to allow the skull to look very, like, with a lot of texture and a lot of contrast, a lot of highlights, and it's just going to be able to stand out. I could tell when I was hitting the shoulder area that it was definitely hurting him. I could feel his body tense up a little bit more, and I could feel his skin getting a little bit rougher, which is something, I don't know if it's a real thing, but I feel like it always happens that when the client starts hurting a lot, the skin gets a little bit tougher, like thicker. I'm thinking, maybe I'm assuming that the skin is kind of reacting to the pain and creating like a defense mechanism. Day one was amazing. I was able to cover it up without a problem. Now the only thing I gotta do is just finish it on day two and be able to connect it nicely. I think the only thing that I'm really worried about is hopefully he's able to handle the whole entire project, just because his skin is very damaged. He works outside on the sun, so he works a lot of hours and the sun is just hitting him straight onto the skin, so I could feel his skin being very damaged. So that's the only thing I'm worried about, but I'm gonna make sure to navigate. Today it is day two and I'm excited to complete this outer cover-up sleeve. Damn, I'm out of it. Today is day two, that's it. Today it is day two and I'm excited to finally complete this outer sleeve cover-up, which is an insane cover-up. I think looking at it from like a perspective of like what I'm covering up, I think it's insane. So I feel like I'm excited to finally complete it and give this man a brand new outer sleeve. Because you've been looking at it for how long?
15 years.
15 years.
Just when you look at it now, I mean, from what I got done yesterday, you can't even tell that there's tribal was there at all, which is wild because the tribal itself was black.
Day two, I'm ready to complete this project, especially because I'm going to be doing a scuba diver with the shark. I love doing sharks. I don't do them very often, but when I do, I always get excited because I really love the way it looks on skin and the way it just stands out on skin. What'd your wife say as soon as she saw it?
She was the one that was saying it was crazy, like knowing knew what was underneath, but she couldn't even make it out anymore because obviously the new tattoo on top.
My approach is going to be making sure that the shark stands out. So I'm going to be doing a lot of contrast on it. And once I see how bright I can make the shark look, then I'll decide on the background. But that's the first thing I'm going to be doing. It is the shark because it is the center of attention. And I need that when people see it, that's the first thing they're going to be able to see. What I wanted to do is kind of go over how I'm going to approach it. Do not use a rinse cup. If you use a rinse cup, what's going to happen is you're going to dilute your inks, and that's not going to help you do this cover up. What helps these inks create make the cover up happen, it is that the black is super thin, which it works as the diluted water, and then you put it in your solid white, which is a super thick white, and that allows it to balance it together super nicely. One thing that you are going to notice when you pour your inks is that the white is going to get dried up super quick, and the reason why is because it is a super thick product, you know. But one thing you got to do is I will dip on my black first, and I will go to my white, and you're going to notice that this is already dry, so just push the top to the side so that way you have like a little entrance, because I know it's going to dry super quick. So I go to my black and I dip it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's going to give me about, I would say 70%. Look at that, beautiful 70%, maybe closer to 80, but it is okay. That's why I'm starting on the area that is the darkest, so that way it gives me a chance to start transitioning to my 70%. And you can already see the texture on it. I might go a little bit darker on the edge of this helmet, but as of right now, I want to create my first layer to kind of have like a 70% gray. I really like this tone. You can already see that it's almost 60 now. But it's really easy to navigate once you get the hang of it. I understand that as soon as you start using it, it's not going to be the easiest product to use, but that's because it's a different method, a different approach. So the order in it, it's out of the ordinary. So let's just say you're done with this tone and you want to go back to this one. All you got to do is go back to the black. And then you're gonna go into your white 5 times again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you start over again. And you see that? Back to the same color that we started with. And like I said, I promise you that this product is definitely gonna allow you to do some crazy cover-ups. Promise you that. And if you have any questions regarding the cover-up ink set, or maybe you're confused about a specific thing, you can get in contact with me on my Instagram, and feel free to ask me anything you like, and I'll help you right through it. So you can, because I want you to do some crazy cover-ups, you know. So whatever questions you have, reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. And if you want to purchase the ink set, head over to dynamiccolor.com. And they're gonna ship it to you. This cover up is definitely a complicated one, but I'm just going through it. Like, it just feels nice. It feels exciting to be able to give my client a brand new outer sleeve. It's insane. Like, at first glance, it looks tricky as hell, complicated, almost impossible. But as soon as I started going at it because we had the right concepts, it just feels nice right now. It feels like I'm just cruising through it. I'm already predicting that this project is gonna take me today, on day 2. I'm pretty sure it's gonna take me a total of maybe 6 hours, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I would just say, as far as the work ethic goes, I enjoy working. I enjoy working outside. It sucks during the summertime, especially out here in Arizona. But I don't know, I don't really quit whenever I have my mind on something. So, and fortunately enough for that mentality, and I would say my work ethic, it has got me into a position where I'm doing very well in life and able to save money and be comfortable and live comfortable and be able to afford nice things like this.
Towards the end of this project, I realized that the elbow area is definitely hurting him. I could see him moving a little bit more, struggling to get through it. So what I did, I added a little bit of a Bactine so I can numb the whole arm. And that way it kind of takes away a little bit of that irritation and help him out a little bit.
So overall experience of this, it's probably been one of the most pleasurable experiences working with Kevin so far. You know, he takes, while yes, the idea needs to come from me, he does do a lot of the leg work as far as, hey, what about this? What about this? You know, the consultation isn't just a like meet and greet 5 minutes. No, he goes over until like a plan is made, and then let him do all the work. You know, it's like, trust your artist. Allow them to have the creativity and uniqueness of themselves to put into that tattoo, while still also getting what you want out of that tattoo. And he also actually did not like the placement of the stencil itself, and even moved it over a couple centimeters. That just shows that the willingness he's going to go to make sure that, 1, the tattoo is what you like, but then 2, the placement looks good too. So overall, I've had a fantastic experience.
This project turned out amazing. I really love my client's vibe. We were just joking around. It's really easy to talk to him. So we were just having fun, just cracking jokes, roasting each other. We got really comfortable. So it really made this project a lot more fun to execute, especially when you have a really good connection with your client. I really like the way this project turned out. I had an idea. I knew that I was going to be able to cover it up. That was without a doubt. But the way it really turned out, caught me off guard, because I was like, man, it looks better than I imagined. Thank you so much for coming back and watching this brand new video. I really appreciate you. And do you have an outer sleeve that you regret? And if you do, tell me, what do you have on your arm that you regret so much and you can't wait to either laser it off or get it covered up? So with that being said, if you're a tattoo artist, I hope you learned something from this video. And if you're a tattoo enthusiast, I hope you were entertained. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.